Hello everyone, you find us here in the Kaufman Center in New York, where Voce is actually going to be giving a concert this evening in Merkin Hall, which is where I am sitting with composer extraordinaire Christopher Tin. First things first, can I say congratulations on the album?
Oh, congratulations to you too!
The Lost Birds is album number four. And if I was to describe Lost Birds, I would say it is mature Tin. Why Lost Birds?
Years ago, I wrote music for a documentary that was about a sculptor named Todd McGrain who was making sculptures to commemorate extinct bird species. And this is a documentary by a great documentary director, a three-time Oscar nominee named Deborah Dixon, who had worked with many times before. But this documentary was a little different from her previous ones. And I remember there's one particular scene where they showed murmurations of starlings on the screen. And I'd never seen that phenomenon before. We just don't have it in Southern California, right? Mm-hmm. And I thought it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. So I always had it in the back of my mind, like, I would like to explore this world further. And I'd like to create something that, similar to the way that this sculptor Todd McGrain commemorated birds through his art, sort of memorialized birds and their extinction through my own art. And so this concept of a extinct bird requiem was sort of born in my mind.
To me, it's got an incredible sense of arc.
I constructed The Lost Birds such that the first half celebrates the beauty of birds. So the first piece you'll hear is the instrumental overture, Flocks a Mile Wide, which is the piece that my wife processed down.
I do really?
Yeah, that's the she processed, you know,
wow.
Which is a very sort of magnificent piece of music to process down for your wedding, but hey, you know, whatever, right? It worked out great. Second half of the work gets a lot darker, and that's when we literally start talking about the absence of humans. I mean, first we started talking about the absence of birds, but then we move into a piece like There Will Come Soft Rains, which is kind of apocalyptic in a way, and it's a setting of the Sarah Teasdale poem written in 1917 during the height of the First World War, which imagines a world without humans. And, you know, by the end of the work, you know, we're sort of left asking ourselves, you know, did we do all that we could do? Did we say all that we could say to stop this from happening? And it leaves the question a little open-ended, but we do end on a note of hope.
You are, as you say, letting the piece fly off your music stand and on to mine. I mean, that must be so hard as a composer. This thing that you have nurtured, grown, and loved just leaves, and you ultimately have no control at all. How's that feel?
You know, I never write anything thinking, oh, this is my piece that I'm only going to perform. Quite the contrary. I'm a composer, and I want to compose and let other people perform things.
When I was writing the marketing material for this concert, I wrote Chris Tin's new masterwork.
I saw that.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. I wasn't actually specifically in selling mode. It's true craftsmanship.
Thank you.
And it's been a real pleasure getting to know you.
Likewise.
And thanks very much for the music.
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing it to life.
Pleasure. Let's enjoy The Lost Birds.